Accurate. 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 It's an adjective, and in relation to information, measurements, and statistics, it means to be correct in all details and exact. If we're talking about a weapon, missile, or a shot, we're saying capable of or successful in reaching the intended target. So, in terms of information, if I were to say to you that I am a man and I'm 32 years of age and I make educational English videos, all of that information is true, and so the information given to you is accurate. If I were to lie about one piece of information, so let's say that I said that I am a male, which is true, and that I'm 32, which is true, but I were to say that I don't make any videos on YouTube, which is false, then only two parts of that information would be accurate, and the information overall would not be accurate. When talking about a weapon, we're saying that if you were to shoot a target 20 times, that you would hit it the majority of times. You might hit it 18 or 19 times out of the 20 attempts, and that would be accurate because you're successful in hitting the intended target. Right, let's look at some example sentences. Make sure those reports are accurate, Johnson. Make sure those reports are accurate, Johnson. We have a very accurate accounting system. We have a very accurate accounting system. These new bows are very accurate, Genghis. These new bows are very accurate, Genghis. The customer profiles are accurate. We should give them to our product managers. The customer profiles are accurate. We should give them to our product managers. Gainful. 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 As an adjective, this means serving to increase wealth or resources, or providing money or other benefit. So, for example, if you ran, I don't know, a joinery workshop, a construction company, and someone gave you a bunch of free materials, that would have been very gainful to you because you'll have gained resources that you could use to generate money with or, make something with, right? So that would be gainful. Let's look at some example sentences. Rebritz is a gainful hire. Adding him to our team will optimize our procedures. Rebritz is a gainful hire. Adding him to our team will optimize our procedures. I found gainful employment in the financial sector. I've found gainful employment in the financial sector. That was a gainful investment. The returns are immense. That was a gainful investment. The returns are immense. Recommended. 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 As an adjective, this means advised or suggested as good or suitable. So if you had a choice between two items and they both had the same price, but one of them was better and looked better and was better in every aspect, then it would be recommended to buy the best one because the price is the same, but the quality is higher for the better one, right? Or let's say somebody would say to you, you ask somebody, hey, who should I invest in? And they say, well, I think you should invest in these people because they do blah, blah, blah. You've been recommended to invest in those people or that company, right? Let's have a look at some example sentences. It's recommended to have a good accountant. It's recommended to have a good accountant. The recommended minimum spend is $300. The recommended minimum spend is $300. They recommended that we sell some of our assets. They recommended that we sell some of our assets. I've been recommended a good suit. I've been recommended a good suit. Visionary. 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 As an adjective, when referring to a person, talking about a person, it means someone who is thinking about or planning the future with imagination or wisdom. It also means relating to or able to see visions in a dream or trance, or as a supernatural apparition. So when talking about a person, it means somebody who can see where things will be in the future, or maybe they know that a certain thing is going to be built and they want to make a business outside of it, so they plan ahead with imagination or wisdom, with insights, right? And the other definition, it's like, imagine if you see a ghost. Imagine if you were to see some kind of magical energy or something like that. That's also visionary. Let's have a look at some example sentences. Our boss is a visionary. He founded a $300 million company with no funding. Our boss is a visionary. He founded a $300 million company with no funding. That was a visionary experience. That was a visionary experience. Stephen is a visionary. He can imagine a system and build it in less than a week. Stephen is a visionary. He can imagine a system and build it in less than a week. Sarah was a visionary when it came to finances. Sarah was a visionary when it came to finances. Hard working, hard working, hard working. Of a person, this means tending to work with energy and commitment, diligent. So what this means is, maybe the average person works 8 hours a day, 5 days a week towards a goal or a job. But someone hardworking would work for 12 hours, 14 hours, any amount of time to try and get the job done and do as much work and put as much of their life force and energy into it as possible. That would be a hardworking person, okay? So let's have a look at some example sentences. She's very hardworking. She's been working for 18 hours with no breaks. She is very hardworking. She's been working for 18 hours with no breaks. I have to remain a hardworking person or I will not achieve my goals. I have to remain a hardworking person or I will not achieve my goals. I'm not very hardworking. I prefer being lazy and going home early. I'm not very hardworking. I prefer being lazy and going home early. That sales team is hard working. They'll sell anything at any time. That sales team is hard working. They'll sell anything at any time. Probable, probable, probable. Likely, this as an adjective, this means likely to be the case or to happen. So for example, if I'm hungry, it will be probable that I will end up eating something. It's very likely I'll eat if I'm hungry. It's very likely that I'll eventually eat some food because I don't want to die or starve myself. So it would be probable that I will eat in the future. Let's have a look at some example sentences. I think it is probable that we will run into problems in the future. I think it is probable that we will run into problems in the future. Janet thinks it's probable that our systems have too many vulnerabilities. Janet thinks it's probable that our systems have too many vulnerabilities. They believe it is probable that we will miss our deadline. They believe it is probable that we will miss our deadline. It's not probable that we'll lose our funding. It's not probable that we'll lose our funding. Lawful, lawful, lawful. As an adjective, that means conforming to, permitted by, or recognized by law or rules. So what does this mean? It means that, for example, let's say you have a company in one country like England and you want to trade with a company in Iraq. Maybe there are rules that don't permit you to trade certain goods. Maybe there are laws that mean you have to trade at certain prices. There might be very small laws that mean you have to give certain common courtesies, etc., etc. And these laws could be quite easily overlooked or broken by law. Broken by accident, not by law, by accident. And so larger companies might look very carefully at small contracts and sort of individual scenarios to make sure they don't break laws by accident. And this is to remain lawful. And the opposite, the negative example, would be if I were to punch somebody in the face for no reason, that would be assault, and that would not be lawful because it breaks recognized laws. Let's have a look at some example sentences. I'm not sure that we've complied with the building code. Can someone make sure our project is lawful? I'm not sure that we've complied with the building code. Can someone make sure our project is lawful? We are a lawful accounts firm. We are a lawful accounts firm. Is it lawful to make this deal? Is it lawful to make this deal? I'm not sure that these money transfers are lawful or in line with our policies. I'm not sure that these money transfers are lawful or in line with our policies. Educational, educational, educational. As an adjective, this means relating to the provision of education or intended or serving to educate or enlighten. So this video is intended to educate you, to teach you more about English. So this video is educational, and it's just something that, helps you learn or gives you information that, is educational, that gives you education, right? Gives you more understanding of the world. Educational, educational. Right, let's have a look at some example sentences. This meeting has been educational. This meeting has been educational. The lecture was educational. The lecture was educational. This man and his speech about industrial production has been educational. This man and his speech about industrial production has been educational. They are educational leaflets, not to be taken too seriously. They are educational leaflets, not to be taken too seriously. Commercial, commercial, commercial. This is an adjective, and its meaning is either to be concerned with or engaged in commerce, or making or intended to make a profit. So commerce is just buying and selling. Commerce is just a way to say business, doing business, conducting business. So what this means really is that the idea of something commercial is that it's made to make profits, or it's some kind of business arrangement, or it's something that is done for the benefit of a business, whether it be advertising, whether it be profit, whatever, right? But something that would be non-commercial might be a charity, like maybe something that, I don't know, feeds hungry people somewhere in the world. That was non-commercial. That's not done to make money or to engage in business. That's done to help people in some country, okay? Whereas commercial products and commercial businesses or commercial engagements are there to make money and to transact with other business owners, right? Let's have a look at some example sentences. Yes, these are for commercial sale. Yes, these are for commercial sale. We have a commercial agreement with Jenny's company. We have a commercial agreement with Jenny's company. These are commercial products. These are commercial products. This is not a commercial event. It is a charity event. This is not a commercial event. It is a charity event. Workable, workable, workable. As an adjective, this means either able to be worked, fashioned, or manipulated, or it means capable of producing the desired effect or result, practicable, feasible. So basically, something workable is, let's say you have a hammer and it's so broken that you can't hit anything with the hammer. That is no longer workable because it's broken. It's not workable because it's broken, right? Let's say that you have some metal and you heat it and you can turn it into something else. You can turn it into a knife. You could turn it into a hammer, for example, or whatever. That is workable because it can be manipulated or fashioned into whatever you want, right? And let's say I ask you if you can sell lemonade for me for a certain price, and you say, yes, I can. Well, that's feasible, and because it's feasible, it's also workable. It's a workable idea. Let's have a look at some example sentences. This is a workable product. This is a workable product. The cement mix is very dry now. It is not workable. The cement mix is very dry now. It is not workable. Timothy has made the product workable now. We should be able to ship it to customers. Timothy has made the product workable now. We should be able to ship it to customers. That was a workable agreement, and I'm sure it will be profitable for both parties. That was a workable agreement, and I'm sure it will be profitable for both parties.